This time on Between the Wheels.
This one here was pretty much a shell. The thing sat in a barn for years and years and years. Most people want their car to look good, but they don't think of the handling aspect of the car.
This is a mishmash Frankenstein creation of modern technology.
It's a little bit more violent than the other car.
Really don't have to say much in this case. You just sit back and drive and relax.
Just enjoy the ride.
So I'm standing underneath this magnificent 1968 Mustang, and it belongs to kind of a legend on the show, Mr. Gilles. How you been, man?
How's it going?
Nice to see you again. Now, Gilles was on the first season of the show, and it was really kind of a cool thing because we had your Fox body Mustang.
Yeah.
And that episode really made a splash. It was kind of a neat one to do because it kind of got the respect of the automotive community here in town.
It was really fun to do too.
And that was one hell of a project. So if you guys haven't seen that episode, I really recommend you go see it. But this car, we got to talk about this because this is a whole other monster.
This one here was pretty much a shell. It was a shell of a car when I got it. His friend had it sitting in his front lawn for a few years, originally from North Carolina. The thing sat in a barn for years and years and years.
It's a classic story, right?
Yeah, a barn find. And then my buddy worked out a deal for work on his house. He's a contractor and stuff like that. So it was partial payment for work on his house. So ended up sitting in his front lawn. It was supposed to be a father-son project, and son wasn't doing anything. So it's like, okay, well, ended up being a lawn ornament, and I was hounding him for years to get it, and I got it. So
well, definitely went to the best person because Gilles is a really talented guy, and he's done amazing work. So what we're gonna do is actually, before we get into the story really deep, we're gonna talk about the car from the bottom because this is a perspective we don't really get to see. So maybe take me show me a tour of the car and show me some of the features that it's got here.
Most people want their car to look good, but they don't think of the handling aspect of the car. Okay, these old cars basically had a different, pretty much primitive suspension on them that didn't handle well. The ride wasn't good. You know, high-speed driving was horrible. So basically what I did on this car here is I replaced the full front suspension here, cut it all off, installed all the Mustang 2 hot rod suspension on it with the rack and pinion steering. The other one was a steering box with a bunch of linkages, had really sloppy steering. You know, you'd have the half a turn of the, like a half an inch of play in the steering wheel before you can keep the car straight. So now it's got rack and pinion, it's got the coil springs, you know, it's got all the handling stuff, tubular control arms and everything, with sway bars, larger sway bars for handling in corners and so on and so forth. It's got disc brakes in the front, disc brakes in the back. You know, you're putting power to the car, but these are a unibody car. So what you need to do is you need to strengthen and reinforce the frame on the car. So
and these frames are, with being unibody, they're not connected.
Right here.
Yeah, they finish
right here. So your floor pans and your rocker panels end up being your structure of the car. So the minute you put power to it, you have trouble closing the doors because the body twists. So what most people do with these cars, they'll add a piece of steel bar here. A lot of people will cut the floor, but I didn't want to cut the floor. So I contoured the frame connector so it follows the floor underneath and it doesn't impede on the inside of the car. So these are all welded to the back of the car and welded into the front frame of the car and join the car together. And it's also bolted into the floor here, which strengthens the center of the car.
That's a really unique way of solving that problem.
So basically, you have no more flex in the car because this is taking most of the load from the engine. And on top of that, a lot of these cars, if they have a rotten floor, and you find these old cars that have like pop rivet patches and stop signs and stuff as floor pans, well, the cars fold easy because guys like to put big blocks in these cars, or they came factory with big blocks, and the cars are folding because they have no strength to them. So my idea for this car was basically to build the car with all parts from Ford or whatever's readily available for the car. You know, because you're going on trips, and if you buy the aftermarket high performance parts or hot rod parts or what, you can't buy those at any Napa or any corner parts store like Canadian Tire or whatever, because it's all performance stuff. So I built this car with the mindset of getting readily available parts for it to actually repair it. So So like the front brakes are, the brake pads and calipers are actually GM metric brake pads that you find on a Camaro, S10 pickup, so on and so forth. The rotors are Granada. They're a bit harder to find, but you know, they're still readily available. Shocks and stuff are all readily available at the parts store. You know, suspension parts are readily available because I'm using the original Mustang leaf springs on it with the Mustang shocks in the back. And the differential is actually out of a 99 Mustang, so all the parts for a 99 Mustang are still available. You know, and then for the rear traction, I've got the original leaf springs. I was going to put the, you know, 4-link suspension on it like the newer Mustangs, but I figured I would keep it simple. So I kept original style leaf springs on it, put the underrider traction bars on it, which basically help in the traction of the car on acceleration. And the differential in it's out of a 99 Mustang, with the disc brakes from a 99 Mustang.
And what's your gearing in your differential?
The gearing in there is a 373.
373.
3.73 to 1 is what the ratio is. You know, whatever's internal on the differential is 99 Mustang, so it's all available. And the drive shaft is a drive shaft out of an Aerostar that I cut down to fit.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's aluminum drive shaft. It's cheaper than buying one already made. So I can get U-joints for a drive shaft.
No kidding.
Out of an Aerostar, which are pretty much the same U-joints as a Fox Body Mustang. I just cut it down, had it welded up, balanced, and there you go.
Wow. I would have never thought I'd see an Aerostar drive shaft on a Mustang like this before.
So it's, you know, everything's readily available on this car for me to actually service if I get a breakdown.
All right, so Gilles, you've done a lot of stuff here, but you've done something a little bit differently. You didn't keep this car original like a lot of people do. This is a mishmash Frankenstein creation of modern technology. What advantage does that give you, doing such a thing, other than what you spoke about already, getting the parts that are readily available?
Yeah, well, basically it's for the maneuverability of the car, the handling of the car, the braking power of the car. These cars didn't stop worth a crap before.
Not with the drum brakes, that's for sure back in the day.
This was 4-wheel drum before. Yeah. And it had like 15-inch wheels, so the tires were really small. The drum brakes, they worked. They were good for the time.
Yeah.
And back then, speed limit was what, 60 miles an hour?
Yeah.
Which is like 102 kilometers an hour or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like, cars didn't stop back then, and there wasn't that many cars on the road either.
Right. Did this come with power brakes and power steering?
This one had manual brakes and power steering.
Okay.
It's got power brakes, power steering, 4-wheel disc brakes versus 4-wheel drum brakes.
See, that's a huge difference.
Yes.
Now you can actually stop the car, you know, with the type of speed you're putting in here, the engines and everything, which we'll talk about soon. We're going to take the car outside. You need to be able to stop the car, and that's just not something that was back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day, like, people are going to build these cars basically to make them look good.
Yeah.
But they don't think of the security aspect of the car.
Yeah.
I want my car original. It's got to be numbers matching.
I hear that more than anything is original.
It's worth
original.
nothing for today's technology.
No, because you're talking, you know, 50, 60 years old, a lot of these vehicles.
Yeah.
It's just how much stuff has come, you know, how far it's gone. And
this car's 55 years old, so it's got 50, it had 55-year-old technology in it.
Right.
So speeds back then weren't speeds like today.
Right.
You know, cars weren't built like today. Like, you can have a Honda Civic, which will kill this car in a crash test.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're hitting cars that are built for crunching. This car's not built for crunching.
Right. And that's the thing. Would you put your, you know, family's safety on the line? You got to think of that as well. Exactly. You know, obviously, when you crash, this is still going to be a bad result because of the way they're built. But if you have at least the brakes and all that, and you have all the chances in the world.
Precautions.
Exactly. And you drive carefully. You don't drive these like a Honda Civic. You know what you're doing.
No.
Like you understand the dangers.
This now has the stopping power. Right. Got the maneuverability of a modern car. It handles like a modern car with the upgraded suspension that's aftermarket. The ride of the car is totally different from a stock 68 Mustang. Right,
because this subframe, and it looks completely different than what would come a stock.
I cut out what was there, welded this in. This is the 74 to 78 Mustang 2 technology. Okay, which handled very, very well for the time. It's very light and very easy to install on different kinds of hot rods. So all the aftermarket manufacturers are making this design of suspension. It's a Mustang 2 design suspension. It's not the Mustang 2 suspension.
Right. So there's a lot more modern parts.
Exactly. They have an upper and lower control arm, the stabilizer bar, the rack and pinion, so on and so forth. It was very modern for the time it came out.
Right.
And all the hot rodders are using it due to its versatility in many different cars.
Right. And that's kind of what you've done with a lot of your vehicles. You kind of put a mishmash of parts together to get the best performance out of it, the best reliability and safety and whatnot. Yeah. And that's kind of like your calling card, I guess I would say. Now that I know you pretty well, this is a trend developing on vehicles.
Yes,
and,
yes.
and you're just going to keep doing this, and that's something you definitely recommend
Safety
for people
first.
to do. Safety
first. You have a car that's unsafe because of its age. You got to make it safe for the times.
Okay, well, that's a great point, and the next thing we're talking about is the story. So we're going to take it off the hoist. We're going to talk about your story, and we got to see what's under the hood here, because I haven't actually looked at the engine. All right, Gilles, so now that the car is down off the lift, let's talk about your story in this car, because this car did not look like this when you bought it.
No. This actually turned into my dream car, because when I grew up, I always wanted a classic Mustang. And basically, I ended up settling for the Fox body. But when I got a chance to get this car, I had a dream, I had a look of what I wanted to look like. Everybody wants the Shelby hood scoop. Right. I went with a cowl induction hood, because I like the look of the cowl induction hood. It's a classic look.
It looks really nice, yeah.
And people don't go for that. They want the nostalgic look. I want like a modern classic look. So I went with cowl induction hood, which you can pretty much fit any engine in with that hood. It gives you the space for the engine.
Right.
The sheet metal of the car is all the same sheet metal for the car. The fenders are original. That fender's been replaced because this car was hit in the left front. It's an original Ford 68 fender, a used fender that came with the car.
Nice.
The car used to be gold. That fender was green. So it's like, took the car right down to bare metal, started over, repaired all the rust that was on it. It had a black vinyl roof originally.
Okay.
So I took the black vinyl roof off, sanded it all down, worked out all the little blemishes in the skin. The rear quarter panels are original, doors are original. The lower quarter panels on the car and the back behind the wheels had a little bit of Swiss cheese underneath.
Right.
So I just installed some lower quarter panels on it. The floor pans have been replaced because there was Swiss cheese in the floor pans.
Which is classic for these vehicles.
Exactly. And on this side, inside the engine, the frame rail below the battery had Swiss cheese in it from the acid leaking.
Okay.
So the fender aprons were replaced, the rad support was replaced.
And this is work that you didn't contract out, you didn't hire anybody, you did all this yourself.
Exactly, and I looked online and I found the fender aprons and the rad support. I found all the aprons and everything for this car on Kijiji.
Nice.
Some guy had a project, didn't use them, and they were just sitting in his garage collecting dust for years and years and years. So I had a wicked deal on them. Nice. They were the early stampings, so they weren't exactly perfect like the newer stampings, but they were cheap.
And a lot of these replacement parts, like floor pans, trunk pans, they're not an exact fit. The
newer stuff isn't bad.
The newer stuff isn't bad?
The newer stuff isn't bad. It's pretty close fit.
I've heard some of the good mark ones, they weren't always the best.
No, a lot of the Chinese stampings aren't as good.
Right.
But as the dies wear, same as the manufactured cars, as the dies wear, the fit's not the same.
Exactly, yeah.
So if you get an early model car, the fits are pretty close.
Really?
If you get a late model car, like a late year car or a late production car, the fit's not the same as the early ones.
Really?
Because the dies wear out.
Okay, I never actually thought about that.
But the machinery and all the dies, everything, they wear out. So the fit gets bigger.
Right.
Or smaller depending on what the die is.
Right. And with this type of project, to do such a job, like, I'm looking at the paint job, and that's just blowing my mind right now. Like, you painted this yourself? You did all the painting work yourself?
It was painted outside.
Really? You just painted outside?
Just painted outside. it's not a perfect paint job, but it looks good.
It looks perfect.
So I can see the blemishes, but I'm not going to show you.
The untrained eye can't see it, and that's, I
Exactly.
think, what's amazing. And I love what you've done kind of with the stripes here. And
Yeah, it's a bit of a Camaro slash Cobra slash Shelby look stripe.
yeah, kind of, it's got that bullet look to it too.
Yeah,
with-
yeah.
without the
I
emblem
didn't
in
want the
front.
full wraparound stripe like I see the older cars. So I
Right.
went with the. It's supposed to be gray, but it came out
Yeah.
more of a bluish gray. But
I like-
it's pretty unique. It's a '94 Crown Vic color.
Now, when I look at this color, there's got to be something in it. It's kind of got like a pearl look to it. Is that kind of what you put in here? Because this doesn't look like
the
just...
blue itself has the metallics in it.
Okay,
But the white was just the original Wimbledon white for '68.
right.
Well, actually, I think they had it from like early '60s to '70s somewhere.
Right.
But it's the '68 color code that I used for the car. But I had leftover pearl from when I did the Fox body,
Right.
and I threw it in the clear.
Wow, looks great, man.
So basically, it's a Wimbledon white with pearl clear coat.
Wow, and just it kind of gives it a unique look.
Yeah.
The higher end cars have that, and it completely separates. It's not white when you look at the car, which I like. You know what I mean? That's not like
Yeah, because it's got the pearl. It's in the sun. It has that sparkle to it.
Right.
Like the blues and the purples and all that from the pearls.
Right. And then I noticed like when these are standing in the parking lots at night, you know, with the lights, they always like just look spectacular. I had the same thing with my 94 S4. So this is really cool. It kind of reminds me of that, and it's just a really unique look. Tell me about some of the other features and work you did to it.
We talked about the front part. I changed the lower valance, put the valance with the chin spoiler on it.
Mm-hmm.
And the grille, I deleted the running horse and the emblems out of the grille because I want the bullet look.
Mm-hmm.
So to go to the back, I wanted to smooth out the back too. So in the rear taillight valance, these cars have 6 trim rings around the taillights.
Right.
So I deleted those. I flush mounted the taillights, give it a smooth look. And I put like just a billet black GT gas cap on it.
Nice.
And then I put the Shelby or California Special trunk lid on it with the spoiler.
That's just a really unique look. The back is what blew me away when I looked at this thing. That was the thing that really like, it's just different than what you see. It kind of gives you the personal look.
Yeah.
And then let's talk about the interior.
This had no interior. It basically had what was left of an interior, and what was left of an interior was gold. Because this car originally was gold. So a friend of mine gave me a set of 88 Thunderbird LX seats. I put the Mustang seat upholstery on it, the vinyl seat upholstery, to give it like the black leather look.
Right.
And then I found some rear seat upholstery that matched pretty close to what the front seats were.
Yeah.
And it's got a Shelby style center console in it that I cloned. I borrowed my buddies, took his apart, and I cloned his.
Wow. What a creative way to put a car together. You really personalized here. You made it look your own. You took your dream, you made it a reality, but you didn't just copy something and make it original. You made it a Gilles original.
I personalize my things because I want to be unique. I don't want to copy what other people do.
Right.
And a lot of people use other people's ideas, which I did. I did use some ideas from other people, but I made them my own.
Right. And you've done that with the engine, you've done that with how it's built, everything. And I think the last thing we got to look at is the engine itself. So I think we got to fire this thing, roll it up, and let's check out the engine.
This engine here is actually a 1994 F-150 351 Windsor. I chose it because the block is made for roller lifters, so which reduces actually the friction in the engine, makes for a more durable camshaft. There's more choices of camshafts.
Did you go with hydraulic?
It's hydraulic roller, yes.
And why would you go with hydraulic or versus like a solid, I guess?
Well, the solid lifter is a very noisy engine, and it's more made for high RPM operations.
So like high performance, more like street racing type thing?
So you have to do valve adjustments constantly with it.
Okay.
and they're more prone to actually have valve flash problems and stuff like that on a daily driven type application. So it's more for race cars where you basically service it after every race.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we've seen in other cars. A lot of people go with the hydraulic because it's just better for drivability.
Yeah.
And so this is from a Ford F-150, and it's an 8-cylinder, obviously.
Yeah, it's a 351 Windsor, which would be the 5.8 liter.
5.8 liter. And what are the specs on in terms of horsepower or torque? What do you got?
This engine was dynoed at over 435 horsepower at the engine. It's got the Ford Racing heads on it. It's pretty much a stock bottom end, but it's all balanced. The crankshaft was machined 10 thou undersize. Pistons are stock size, stock original pistons with new rings.
Nice.
The heads have, it's the Ford Racing X303 heads.
Okay.
With, 64cc combustion chambers, 1.7 roller rockers. Make the valves open a bit bigger. It's got the Ford Racing E303 cam.
And what compression?
Timing chain. It's a 9-to-1 compression.
9-to-1 compression?
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. And what are some of the features of this engine that you like that make this unique, as because you like to build everything kind of custom and put your own personal touch on? What makes this engine fun for you?
I've actually never had a 351 Windsor before. I've always had the 302s, so I figured, hey, let's go 351 and just go big or go home.
Right. And how hard was it to put that in?
This car was an original V8 car. It was a 289 C-code car, which was a 289 with a 2-barrel carburetor. It wasn't the HP engine.
Okay.
So it basically had the motor mounts and everything to fit the V8 in it.
Okay, wow. So you could put a Ford F-150 engine, no problem.
With this cross member and the suspension I put in, I can put pretty much any engine in this car I decide to put in.
And that's kind of what we spoke about, where you're kind of customizing everything to fit the more modern, but at the same time, it's got a classic look to it. You know? I love it.
I was thinking if I were to put another engine in, it'd probably be the Coyote, or I was thinking maybe if the Godzillas get a little bit more available and stuff like that. You know, you got 435 horsepower right out of a crate motor.
Yeah.
This one here is 435 horsepower with modifications and poor fuel economy. The newer engines, which you got fuel economy, drivability, and you've got all the horsepower in the world with a touch of a button. You just tune it and there you go, there's your horsepower.
Right.
This one here is like everything's manual. You got to put a bigger cam, you got to put a bigger carburetor, bigger intake, bigger heads, bigger valves, bigger this, bigger that. Today's technology is like, press a button, we got all the horsepower we can and we want.
Yeah. That's something I've had a lot of people, there's some people that are just so old school, and they're just, you're one of those people, you said, I was talking about building a car, you said build a hot rod, build it old school. Like, what's your reasoning for keeping it simple, I guess? Maybe the answer is within the question.
Old school, I'm talking body style, but modern safety and technology.
Right.
And if you want to go fuel injection, go fuel injection. It makes the car more drivable if you're going to drive it on a daily basis or drive it often.
Yeah.
You got fuel economy, turn the key, it starts, you don't have to touch the gas, you don't have to play with the carburetors, stuff like that. Just the carburetors make tuning so much easier when it comes to the old stuff.
Especially when you know them that well, right? Like, you've always done carburetors, so that's kind of the thing you go for, obviously, versus fuel injection.
But some people can say carburetor's a pain in the ass. A friend of mine, the guy I got this car from originally, basically he put the fuel injection in his Mustang.
Yeah.
He's got nothing but problems with tuning the car, and it's got little quirks here and there, but overall the drivability is excellent, the fuel economy is excellent, stuff like that compared to the carburetor. But you got to get used to the quirks and get all the bugs out of it, and then it works.
Right.
But the technology is also new. When you get a fuel injection system that looks like a carburetor, the technology is still pretty new.
Yeah.
So as the technology advances, the aftermarket fuel injection systems get a lot better.
Yeah.
But if you're going with a factory style fuel injection system, you can't ask for better.
Right. Well, you know what? I think there's only one thing left to do, and that's to take this thing for a ride, because I'm just dying to go on this thing.
It's a little bit more violent than the other car.
Okay, well, a lot of people saw that moment, pretty legendary moments at the beginning of the show, all the intros with the last car, so I can only imagine what's yet to come. Let's take this thing for a ride. Wow! Holy!
Told you it's a lot more violent than the other one.
Yeah, you weren't kidding, man. I think you worked out the kinks in my neck. I don't have to go to the chiropractor. That was awesome. Wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, but the element of surprise is gone.
Yeah. So what transmission do you have in here? Because this is a 5-speed.
Yes, the Borg Warner T5 out of it's around an 88 or 89 Mustang.
Nice. Really don't have to say much in this case. You just sit back and drive and relax.
Just enjoy the ride.
Holy cow. That is... You know how to build them.
It almost feels like it's hanging the tires.
Holy, yeah, that's amazing.
That was the first 1, 2, 3, 4, and then shift into 5th.
Wow, that's incredible.
And if my wife was on the deck in the front, she could hear the car from the house.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty loud.
Well, Gilles, I'll say this, you are definitely the acceleration king. Have you ever had it on a track? Like on?
No,
never.
This one's never been raced.
Really?
I have no clue what it would do.
I can't imagine what kind of time you're getting because this is pretty damn fast, man.
I couldn't even guess. It's
wow.
Super fun to drive.
Might have to figure that out one day.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got to work out that driveline vibration though.
Yeah, I wasn't even concerned about that at all.
Yeah.
I was just loving the ride. Listen, man, this is such a fun ride. It's even funner than your last car, and that one was already definitely a highlight for me.
This one here is more adrenaline. The other one's more comfort and speed.
Wow. Well, you know what? It's funny because you've been on the show before, and your first episode had quite the splash. It really got people talking, and I think this one will too, because this is one hell of a car. You've done an amazing job here. I'm really proud of the work you've done here by keeping it looking, pretty original, but at the same time modernizing every feature, making it safe, making it quick.
Yeah.
Can get it to stop, which is always a plus.
Yeah, stopping power is a very good, important part.
Especially when you got that much power. Can't beat that manual transmission too, you know what I mean? You just can't.
This one rolls through the gears really nice too.
It does.
Like it's a stock shifter base, but it's got a Hurst shifter arm and ball on it, so.
Yeah. I love the dash too. That is just a beautiful, with the digital display.
Yeah.
It's a really cool kind of,
Yeah, this is my wideband O2 for checking out the air-fuel ratio.
Yeah.
And this digital pack.
Wow.
But the rest of the dash is all original dash, except they put white faces on them.
Nice. Very cool. Beautiful. Excellent quality.
Yeah, this is 67 Deluxe dash and faceplate, and all this is 67 Deluxe. The 68 Deluxe had wood grain.
Okay. Yeah.
So I prefer the brushed aluminum.
I like it. It's got a really badass look to it, and it's a badass car.
Yeah.
And as much as I was impressed by the last car, I gotta tell you, I'm even more impressed by this one. And that being said, you've been on the show before, so I usually give out hats, but you've already got one.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, you're the first person to be on second time, so I got a different hat for you. You get a Subdivision auto hat this time. So you get the same hat I have.
2 heads are better than one, right?
That's right. So thanks for being on the show, man. It's always such a pleasure to have you on. And what's the future bring? Are we going to see you again? What can we?
I hope so. I hope so.
You got some vans parked out.
I want to get those vans, get them on the front burner and start working on them.
Yeah. Well, I really hope you see it. It's your first car that you've had, so I really hope you do this project, and hopefully we'll see you back. And thanks for being on the show, man.
Probably show a process of the vans too. And
absolutely.
Next time on Between the Wheels.
It had been sitting in a field for quite a few years, but I was so excited about the fact that I found a 72 Gran Torino, I bought the thing without even checking the thing out completely. I know, got it up on jack stands and I cried. It was rotten. And I mean rotten. The frame was rotten, the floor was rotten, the trunk was rotten, everything on the car was rotten. I was devastated. I was gonna trash the car because there was nothing left of it. I was gonna call a wrecker up and say, just take it out of here. I'm gonna take the loss on it.